Hey guys, I'm back with another video. Yeah, I've seen speculating news about G6, and I asked y'all to post how you guys think of what you guys think of G6, and some of y'all seemed actually pretty okay with the idea, like me. So that's what we're gonna talk about. So G6, it could be the My Little Pony that revives the franchise. It could be that one show that we need to have our franchise built and strong again. So, what I'd want to see in it first, good characters, amazing characters that I want to actually see get fully developed before turning them into an alicorn, for example. Looking at you, G5. And I want the characters to, you know, um, have great personalities, lovable personalities. I want to be able to see maybe some characters I could relate to on a way, because Friendship is Magic and even G3 have gave me characters I could see a bit of myself in. But of course, I'm not asking for totally relatable characters, because before I have loved characters in franchises that I don't totally relate to and are still iconic characters. But enough about that. Next, good animation. So, animation, yeah, it takes time. It's a work in progress. So maybe this is why G6 has been pushed back. G6 is probably gonna maybe go back to 2D animation. That is definitely what I want to see. And if they can't do 2D animation, if they go to the 3D route, go to 3D but do it right. No use of AI. I want to see an animation that actually pops with people's eyes, not I don't want to watch this kind of type animation. That's kind of how I felt with G5. The movie was exceptional because the plot was okay and some characters were okay in that movie, but the show, don't even mention it. Don't mention like wanting me to watch it, because I probably will never fully watch it because I've already watched half and never liked it. I'm not like a full G5 hater. I just would never watch it personally, like ever again. But again, with G6, I'm kind of having high hopes for G6, even though I probably shouldn't. But I am fully believing that they're learning their lesson and could revive the franchise with G6. They could even, like, I hope they go back to these routes of making brushable toys. These were the toys that really sparked with me in my childhood and even now, and they probably still spark with people in the fandom. These toys are iconic, My Little Pony. Don't change the toys, because the toys are the heart of the show. My Little Pony is built on the toys. So I hope they just go with this route and not any other. See, it's been around for every generation, even before G4. They've always done brushables, and it's always been really cool. They've done it since 1986, for crying out loud. So they better go with this route for toys, or if they're not, at least make them cool, fun toys. And maybe they'd be merch worth collecting. So, in the show for G6, I think it could work. I think it could work. Stellar animation, great characters, uh, amazing lore that's not based on G4. Also, mentioning G4, there's been stuff speculating that G6 couldn't really just be G6, because they could be going back to G4, because G4 has worked for them in the past. And as much as I love G4, I think we should move on and meet new ponies and see new characters brighten up and see new ponies that we could relate to or love, because G4 has had its run. I love G4 because it gave me so much memories, so much childhood memories. I wouldn't want them to go back to it because they should just let this franchise be about other My Little Pony shows too. Like, it's always supposed to change every decade. It's not was never always just these two. Because I love G4. Don't get me wrong. I've mentioned this millions of times on my channel. G4 is my entire, like, My Little Pony personality. But I want to see more characters. I want to see more things. I think G6 really could save the franchise. I could see great villains, for example. My Little Pony G4 was amazing because of the great villains and great heroes. And they had cool plot. We need cool villains. The G5 villain was, don't even get me started. That was not a villain. That was something I would never mess with. Like, G6 could have great redemption arc for villains. They could have villains be redeemed, and some villains that just stick evil, like we've seen a lot in G4. But let's not just copy every generation. Let's build something different. We could even see these in comics in the future if they turn out so good. Because if G6 is stellar, I definitely would love to see, like, maybe up to 4 seasons or even higher than that. I'd love to buy merchandise. I'd love to have shirts. I'd love to have figures. I'd love to have basically everything that generation could provide if the show is stellar itself. I'd love plushies. Like, I love everything My Little Pony. That's never gonna change. But what I'm hoping for is G6 could also have a place in my heart, like G1, G3, G4. This could be the generation that gives us great characters and stuff. I think this one will really save the franchise. So, you guys, even if it's not G4, let's still give it a chance. Let's give it some love. We need to appreciate other characters too. I always will love the main 6, but I think it's time for us to see new ponies and a bunch of new characters. We could have a whole place that isn't even Equestria. We could have some whole, like, new world to look at, and we could have like a bunch of, like, cute places to be, like, castles and stuff for the toys. Like, we could have a bunch of things. Like, if we don't just stick with, like, Equestria, it's okay to stick with Equestria, but I personally would like to see a new realm and new setting. It could be cool, a new setting, new characters. And I want to know what you guys think, because these are my opinions here. I don't want you guys to feel like you have to take my opinions to heart, but I definitely would love to see G6 be a show that the fans can connect with, even if it's not G4 or the other generations. It could be a one that saves the franchise, and we shouldn't just, again, live in the past. Let's embrace G6. Maybe its news will be fantastic. And if they do go back to the G4 route, then, oh well, I'd still probably check it out. But I definitely would want to see new characters and new things. Because My Little Pony wasn't always just built on G4. It was one whole big brand with many different shows, with different characters, and a whole lot more things. So, let me know down in the comments if you guys would want to see me talk about this possible live action that I've seen that is supposedly gonna be real. And I had to talk about how that would even probably work and what generation they'd probably use for that. I'd imagine their G6 show that they're gonna release around probably the same time. So if it is gonna be a G6 live action, let's hope G6 is great so we could love the characters even in their uglyish live action form. So I think that's all for me, and let's hope G6 will save our franchise. Let's hope we get cool stellar toys and cool stellar characters and cool settings and amazing plushies. I need plushies. So, for real, thanks for checking out this video. That's all, folks. Bye.